Good morning and welcome to the meditation at the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living. They rang a gong like about a minute ago. I love that new addition. It saves me from having to let people know we're about to start. So I invite you to settle into your chairs, and those at home, settle into whatever you're comfortable in. And let's all just take a couple deep breaths together. So today's meditation will be about 20 minutes, and we're going to do most of it in silence, but I'll give you some things to contemplate along the way. But before we get there, I invite you to close your eyes, settle in, and note your breath. Whenever I meditate, it's the first thing I do. I just allow my concentration, my awareness to follow my natural breath. And since I'm leading this meditation, that's what I'm inviting you to do. Ideally, breathe in through your nose, both in and out, for today at least. If you're more comfortable breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, that's fine. But just note your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Do not try to match your breath to my words. Just follow your own breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And however you're breathing in, on your next inhale or the one after that, just bring your awareness to the insides of your nostrils or to the end of your nose, and just see every time when you're breathing in if you can actually feel or sense the breath coming in. Do not go out of your way to breathe in more heavily in order to feel that sensation. Just breathe normally, but focus your concentration on that area of your nose every time you breathe in and when you naturally breathe out. And as you're doing that, allow your shoulders to drop. Allow your fingers to relax. Feel your neck muscles release. Feel the support of the chair as you sink into it. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. When thoughts come in, just allow them to be. And as you recognize those thoughts come in, just again, refocus your attention to that area of your nose or your mouth when you breathe in and when you breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. So I'll leave you in silence for the next few moments, next few minutes. Breathing in and breathing out. One of the core principles of the teaching from Centers for Spiritual Living is oneness. That's everything that exists in the universe is of the universe. I recently came across a little video that used a lens of astrophysics. That each human being and animal on this planet is composed of different elements: oxygen, hydrogen, water, etc., etc. There's even a little bit of gold in each of us. And somehow all those elements compose themselves together to form you, to form me, to form us, to form all of humanity on this incredibly rare planet in the middle of this galaxy, in the middle of this universe. And what's unique about that and special about that is that with our senses, the universe now gets to experience itself as each one of us. As far as we know, that doesn't exist anywhere else in the known universe. Just by its rarity, that is exceptional. But when you think about it, I am the universe experiencing itself. At least for me, that gives me pause. Gives me pause to reflect. So I'm going to give you the next few minutes, if that resonates with you, this concept that I am the universe experiencing itself, to contemplate that until again you hear my voice. am life, experiencing life. I am the universe experiencing itself. It's a big idea. It's a profound idea. And it gets so easily lost in our day to day, driving through traffic, stubbing our toe on the kitchen table. The millions upon millions of different ways our awareness and our focus gets lost, sidetracked from that reality that we are the universe experiencing itself. What a privilege, what an honor, what a massive idea. So, what I encourage and suggest for you is each day take a moment and remind yourself I am life, experiencing life. I am the universe experiencing itself. And so, as a conscious person with volition that can choose, how do I want to do that today? Each of you decided to sacrifice 22 minutes or so to be here this morning and be part of this meditation. That's an example. So we'll spend another minute or two just breathing in and breathing out. Spend another minute or two just blissfully being, no distractions, no stubbing your toe, just being. And now it's time to just gently, gently, gently bring your awareness back to this room, back to the space, the physical reality of where you are. You can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get that kink out of your neck. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And then decide what you want to do the next moment and the one after that. So again, my name's Lance Rath, spiritual practitioner here at the center, and I wish you all an amazing day. Namaste.
One minute we're here, the next one we're not. Clock is ticking, better use what you got. It's Armageddon and we're getting it on before the world could end, before the end of this song. There'll be darker days, there'll be hell to pay, but until then just keep breathing and loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. We're loving life. We're loving life. It's like a pizza and we want another slice. We'll take it high, we'll take it low. We'll ride that roller coaster anywhere it goes. We're loving life, we're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. It's pretty nice, we're loving life, so la la love it, so la la love it. We're loving life, la la love it, la la love it. We're loving life, la la love it, la la love it. We're loving life, la la love it, la la love it. I got some money and I bought some regrets. There'll be fender benders on the way to success. You got your problems and I know I got mine. Grass was looking greener till you realized on the best of days there'll be joy and pain. Are you feeling what I'm feeling? We're loving life, we're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. We're loving life, we're loving life. It's even sweeter than a watermelon slice. We'll take it high, we'll take it low. We'll take that roller coaster anywhere it goes. We're loving life, we're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. It's pretty nice, we're loving life. We're loving life. We're loving life. Get one shot living on this rock. It don't take a postdoc to keep up with this clock. It's all taught that it's so fraught. What if we just got to the mic drop? We're loving life, we're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. We're loving life, we're loving life. It's like a pizza and we want another slice. We'll take it high, we'll take it low. We'll take that roller coaster anywhere it goes. We're loving life, we're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. It's pretty nice, we're loving life. We're loving life. We're loving life. We're loving love. Can't be defensive or on the attack. You gotta love it if it's gonna love you back.
Yowza, what a way to start the morning. And did you notice Amy has her boy band again? Wait, I just want you to gaze upon that, and they were singing too. They were her backup singers. I mean, that's pretty darn cool. I know. Hi, everybody. How are ya? Wonderful to see you. Anybody get a thunderstorm last night?
That was
Holy moly, where did that come from? God, I know. But you know what? It was a bit of a surprise. So welcome everybody. I'll introduce myself if we have anybody who is new for the first time. I'm Pat Campbell, and I am the spiritual director of the center. And a few things you need to know about our center and our teaching. We are a teaching, we are philosophy, we are not a religion. And because we understand that there are so many different ways to believe. Lance's meditation this morning was just amazing about each one of us being an individualized expression of that one. Well, then that means that we're not all the same. We all have the same ingredients. We all have legs and heads and hearts and all that stuff, but each one of us is expressing that divine in our own unique and special way. So wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you're absolutely welcome here. To our love stream people, thank you for being here, and just have a good time. Do you like the music? Yeah? Yeah. Well, we're going to sing what is one of my favorite, I say that every week, one of my favorite Kong songs, which is I Open My Eyes. And here's what's fun. You know what? I'm going to tell you what's funny about it after we sing it. So let's stand up and sing.
I open my eyes to the love all around. I have found the Spirit in me. I open my eyes to the love all around. I have found the Spirit in me. I open my eyes to the love all around. I have found the Spirit in me. I open my eyes to the love all around. I have found the Spirit in me. I open my eyes to the love all around. Now I have found the Spirit in me. I open my eyes to the love all around. Now I have found the Spirit in me.
Oh, thank you. That's a heart-opening and eye-opening song. And the joke I always make is I sing it like this. I open my eyes and I close my eyes as I'm singing about opening my eyes. Every time. So I was conscious of it this time. So what's going to happen now is that I'm going to let you know what's going on here at the center. We take care of our business stuff at the beginning so that once we drop into our more sacred times, we don't come out of it to talk about business things. So let me tell you what's going on. The first thing I want to remind you of is that we are having the Canadian New Thought Conference in Nanaimo on Vancouver Island on September 18th through the 20th. I think I explained last week that the Canadian New Thought Conference started as a grassroots, just Canadian conference back in, what did you say, Amy, 2010, do you think? Something like that? Yeah. And then each year, a different center around Canada would host it. So it has nothing to do with our parent organization. It has everything to do with being Canadian centers. And we hosted it in 2016, and then we were going to host it again in 2020, and you know what happened in 2020, so we weren't able to. So this is it starting back up again by the little center in Nanaimo. So if that calls to you, if you want to hear uniquely Canadian speakers, Amy's going to be is going to be the music director. I'm going to be one of the speakers. I'm uniquely Canadian because I'm half and half. Get it? Canada. Okay. Anyway, you can still get tickets for that. They've got a hotel associated with it where I think it's like 180 a night or something, pretty reasonable, right in Nanaimo, right where the conference is going to happen. You can go to cslnanaimo.org if it's calling to you, or if you want some more information about it, you can talk to me. And I think that's what I want to say about that. On next Sunday, on the August 18th, we have our sacred sound bath. You know, Julia was here a couple of months ago, and she plays those beautiful singing bowls. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, it's just wonderful. That's going to take place next Sunday from 12:30 to 2. $25 investment for that. If you bring a friend, it's only $20. And Julia, are you here? All right. So anyway, you don't want to miss that. And you know, folks, any information that I give you, you can always find on the website and also in the newsletter. Then the following Sunday, we're having Donna Richter lead us in Om chanting. So that starts at 12:30 as well. Suggested donation for that is $20. And again, information in the newsletter and on the website as well. And then on Friday, September 4th, dun, 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 dun. You're hired. Anyway, you know, you've been to an Amy concert, many of you. I am loath to admit it. She sings pretty well. Okay, yeah, we like her voice. Yeah, it's okay. She's funny. She's funnier than me, and it really, really upsets me. But I'm willing to sacrifice by having her here because it really is a rockin' good time. If you haven't been to a concert, or if you have, you know. So that is Friday, September 4th. Tickets are $30. You can buy them in the Sold shop or send an e-transfer to Calgary at csl.org. And doors open at 7:30, concerts at 8 o'clock. So cool, hey? All right. I know. So now we go into our more sacred time. So I'm going to invite any of our ministers, our practitioners or practitioner interns to please come forward and line the stage. And I want you to, as these people are coming up here, I told you a couple of weeks ago when I started, there was Reverend Marjorie and me. And now look at us. This is so wonderful. And so what's going to happen now is that Lance is going to lead us in a spiritual mind treatment. But prior to that, Amy is going to lead us in a chant. So I invite you to simply go within. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God.
And so in this moment, I know, I see and I listen and I realize that there is the one. This amazing, magnificent, omnipotent, force of creation that is in and behind it all, even as it pours itself into that all. It is love, it is harmony, it is peace, and it is that force of creation that is constantly active within itself. I see and I know the universe move and have its being within me. And what is true for me is true for each one here, that I am of the all, and the all is within me. And so I am the universe experiencing itself, and I have the ability to choose in every moment what I want that to look like, how I want that to unfold, that experience. And I know that time, energy, and everything else is part of how the universe works. And I gladly give what is required in order to experience and know that amazing goodness that's all around and within me. And I'm grateful for knowing this truth. I'm grateful for seeing it unfold in my life and in everyone's life. And so I release my word, knowing that it is true and already so, and so it is.
The voice of God, the voice of God. You might hear the voice of God if you listen to yourself in the quietude. You might hear the voice of God if you listen to yourself in the quietude. You might hear the voice of God.
Thank you, Amy and Jamie, for such a beautiful chant. And thank you, Lance, for the amazing spiritual mind treatment. And thank you all, my beloveds, for being here in support of the center and support of our community. If you have anything that is going on in your life that you'd like some prayer support, any one of them is here and available to know the truth for you until you remember it for yourself. Thank you. You may be seated. I just feel all good and kind of floaty, don't you? To get you even more in the mood, please welcome Elevation.
Is that your smile Or is it sunlight through the trees? Is that your sigh? Or just a gentle breeze? Is that your voice? Rolling waves upon the sea. Is this a dream? Or can it be that I'm seeing for the very first time? The rustling leaves that bring your laughter all around, the dancing wind, feet barely touching down. Is that a song? Nature's perfect melody. Is this a dream? Or can it be that I'm seeing for the very first time? The very first time. Time is on our side, and a seed planted in love will grow. We'll reach a part of everything and everyone. Now is that my heart? Or is it thunder in this rain? Is that a spark? Did you touch me once again? Are those my eyes? Or are you looking back at me? Is this a miracle? Can it be true that it's possible to make one heart of two? It's not a dream. I do believe that I'm seeing for the very first. I'm seeing for the very first. Seeing for the very first time. Very first time. I'm seeing for the very first time.
Amy, Jamie, Luis, Daniel, Amy and the boys. I hope you guys aren't hopeless sinners.
Not all of us.
Is your heart open? My heart is open. Thank you, Reverend Marjorie. Thank you. Whew. Guys have any idea what it's like to come back after a song like that and then talk? But I guess I can manage it. Of course. Okay. Would you breathe with me, please? Taking a deep breath. And again. And one more time at your own pace. So if you've been around this summer, you know that we've been exploring a book. I don't do that very often, but it just kind of called to me this summer. We've been exploring a book called Working with the Law by Raymond Hollowell. And to very briefly recap, because I know a lot of you have been here for all of them, I just want to make sure that everybody who's maybe here for the first time kind of gets on board with us. So when he's referring to the law, as in working with the law, he's talking about the universal law of cause and effect, upon which our teaching is based. We are based on the law of cause and effect. So in very simple terms, the law of cause and effect is defined as for every cause, there is a corresponding effect or experience. So what does that mean to us in the real world? It means what goes around comes around. It is done unto you as you believe. You reap what you sow. What you think about comes about. Even karma is an example of the law of cause and effect. So what Hollowell did, and the beauty of this book, because it's just condensed into these chapters, is that he breaks the big law down into different facets or different aspects that make it a little bit more understandable. So we have covered many of these. We've covered the law of thinking, the law of supply, law of attraction, law of receiving, law of increase, law of compensation, law of forgiveness, law of resistance. Oh my gosh, we are so lawful. And we have a few more to go here. So when we started this series in early June, the plan was to cover 2 laws per Sunday and wrap it up in early August. However, it became very clear to me that some of the laws were too big to share the stage with other ones, right? They're too much. They have too much import. They need to have their own Sunday, not share it. Case in point, my intention today was to cover both the law of sacrifice and the law of obedience, which, believe it or not, are my 2 favorite laws. Now, come on, I know that's, you're like, what? What are you talking about? Well, how would you love the law of sacrifice and the law of obedience? Because you know me, and you know that sacrifice and obedience are not usually words that people associate with me. And that would be true if Hollowell had used the standard definitions of those words. However, he put a spin on all of them, and especially these 2, especially sacrifice, that has caused me to have a completely different interpretation of both sacrifice and of obedience. So, as I sat down on Friday, as I've gotten older, I need to tell you this. I used to write up a talk on a Saturday afternoon. Boom. As I've gotten older and said a lot, I actually now start on Friday afternoon and work all day Friday and all day Saturday. So I was working on the talk on Friday, and I realized, once again, I'm reading through the book, and I realized there is no way that I'm going to be able to do justice to both of these laws if I combine them into one Sunday. So I made an executive decision, and once again, I'll split them into separate talks, which is why you only saw one name there, law of sacrifice. So today we're going to do law of sacrifice and the law of obedience. Well, I don't want to get too there. The law of obedience is going to be here in a couple of weeks once I return from a conference. So that was a long explanation, wasn't it? Are you with me? Are you still here? Yeah, okay, good. So when we think of the word sacrifice, it conjures up all kinds of negative things, doesn't it? Giving up stuff we want or like, loss, surrender, abandon, forfeit, relinquish. Ooh, right? And then you add some of the ideas of sacrifice, like sacrifice to the gods. I know. Making a sacrifice for someone else. Parents, you know about that. How about a sacrifice fly in baseball? This is where the batter hits the ball in such a way that it allows her teammate, to score a run while sacrificing their ability to do so. It's called a sacrifice fly. And of course, we've got the dictionary definition, which is the act of giving up or losing something of value for the sake of something else. So the bottom line is sacrifice is something that most of us would rather avoid until we understand the spiritual law behind it, which is, are you ready for this? Something always has to be sacrificed for something else. Hold on. Hollowell defines it this way. Everything in life has its own price and is ever up for sale. We have to purchase it at the price it demands. Day after day, we go up to life's counter and say, I will give you this if you give me that. This bartering system has another name more familiar, perhaps. We call it sacrifice. Now, before you get all up in arms and what are you talking about, we're going to explore this a little bit because there is yet another way. And to me, this gives me a whole lot better idea and focus about it. And that is something of value must be surrendered for anything of value we wish to gain. Do you understand that value is very, very important? Let me give you some instances. Let's say you want to be healthy and fit, something you value, right? You might have to sacrifice an hour of sleep in order to go to the gym. I value sleep. I value going to the gym and being healthy and fit more. Let's say you want to get a better job. You might have to sacrifice some of your free time to go back to school. Let's say you want a new house or a new car. You're probably going to have to sacrifice some of your expendable income to pay for it. What if you want peace of mind? You might have to let go of the things that are keeping you from feeling peace. Hateful, angry thoughts, negativity. So when we are talking about sacrifice in this way, it means letting go of the lesser in order to attain the greater. Yes? In fact, Hollowell addresses this by telling a story in the chapter. I probably shouldn't tell this story, but I'm going to anyway. It's about a man who's married but having an affair. Right? Hollowell says to this man came to him and he's like, and Hollowell says to this man, you cannot have a lovely home, a devoted family, and enjoy loose living. If you will not sacrifice or give up the loose living for the lovely home, you will be forced to sacrifice a lovely home and loved ones for loose living. He goes on to say, you cannot enjoy the satisfactions and pleasures of true friendship and indulge in bad temper. If you will not sacrifice your temper for friendships, you will sacrifice your friendships for bad temper. Starting to see? Starting to make sense here? When we take the negativity off the word sacrifice, we recognize that it is a deeply spiritual practice. For instance, under this new definition, each one of you is sacrificing something to be here this morning. Extra time, sleeping, time in nature, being with friends and family, reading a book, having brunch, hiking, shopping, whatever. But for you, being spiritually fed this morning is a higher value than those other things. It may not always be the case, but for today, it is. And I just want to say thank you for making that sacrifice. Even our love stream people are sitting in their pajamas and their coffee. And Hollowell also talks about the necessity of a very bad word in order to successfully use this law. A very bad word. The D word. The D word. Anybody want to take a stab? Discipline! Oh my God! And yet discipline is simply the willingness to make today's sacrifice for tomorrow's greater good. So for instance, if you want to be a skilled athlete, or a musician, or a writer, or a teacher, or an artist, or a golfer, or a seamstress, or a gardener, whatever it is, you have to be disciplined and make some sacrifices for your craft, or your art, or your game, or your garden. For instance, you just heard these people. Do you think that they just woke up this morning and could play like they play? Absolutely not. Even someone like Amy, who has such natural talent, has to put forth effort to sing the way that she does. And to take it one step further, I have her permission to say this. Amy has stepped way outside of her comfort zone by entering ministerial training. And I will tell you, going into ministerial training is sacrifice. It is sacrifice of time, energy, money, commitment, old patterns, comfort. Yet she is willing to sacrifice the lesser in order to move into the greater. Yeah? Yeah, clap. Yes. So, do we have the idea to a point? Raymond Hollowell in this chapter on, no, Louise, that was fake. The musicians came running. No, fake. Few more minutes. They went, oh. So Raymond Hollowell was quite taken by the life and example of Abraham Lincoln. Now, I realize that Abraham Lincoln is an American president, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows who he is, right? I don't have to go through that explanation. Lincoln's mother, he used to call her his angel mother, taught him about the value of discipline and of sacrifice, which allowed him to overcome some of his bad habits. He was a little bit lazy, it says, and he didn't like to work all that hard, and he also ran into a lot of obstacles. He was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth like some people. He came from a poor farm in Illinois, right? So Hollowell tells this story about Lincoln that, to me, it just moves me deeply. It's such a beautiful example of sacrifice and of discipline, releasing the lesser to attain the greater. I'm going to let his words speak to you. During the American Civil War, a young Vermont boy whose name was William Scott was sentenced to face a firing squad for having been found asleep at his post. Now, it wasn't Scott's post, but that of his buddy, who Scott had relieved when he became ill. But double duty proved to be too much for Scott, so he fell asleep and was caught and was sentenced to face a firing squad. But he was really well liked by all, so his captain and his friends appealed the case to the president. And Lincoln decided to go to Chain Bridge, which is where it was, and to handle the case in person. He went to the camp and he talked to William Scott. Scott said he was the kindest person he'd ever met. He said the president had asked him about his home, the farm, his friends, and lastly about his mother. Scott said he was glad he could draw a picture of her out of the bosom of his shirt and show it to the president. Mr. Lincoln told him how thankful he should be to have a mother and how he should make her a proud mother and never cause her another sorrow or tear. Scott thought it very strange that the president did not speak of his fate in the morning. Strange that he should advise not to cause his mother another sorrow or tear when he was about to die. Finally, he mustered up the courage and asked the president if he could grant him one favor, that he would not have to face his friends, but that a firing squad would be drawn from another company. Mr. Lincoln said to him, "My boy, you are not going to be shot tomorrow. I'm going to trust you and I'm going to send you back to your friends. As I have been put to considerable trouble to come up from Washington, how are you going to pay the bill?" The boy stammered his gratitude. He suggested, well, he could send him his savings and he could borrow money from mortgaging the farm, and his friends would help too. And then there was his army pay. And Mr. Lincoln put his hands on the boy's shoulders, looked him in the face, and said, "My boy, my bill is a very large one. Your friends cannot pay it, nor your bounty, nor the farm, nor your comrades. There's only one man in all this world who can pay it, and his name is William Scott. If from this day William Scott does his duty, so that if I were to be there when he comes to die, he can look me in the face as he is now doing and say, 'I have kept my promise,' then my debt will be fully paid." William Scott kept that promise because he had learned the secret that Mr. Lincoln's mother had taught him when a boy. It was the law of sacrifice and the love of discipline that led to the high road of everything that makes life worth living. And it was this road that led him back to the Vermont hills, to home, to happiness, and to mother. Sacrifice may not be our favorite thing ever, even after learning a new way to think about it. And yet the truth is, we are doing it all the time. We can't move away from it because it's a law. And the law says that something always has to be paid or exchanged for something else. Yet utilizing it, I am using my discipline and I am making the sacrifice to get up an hour early so I can go to the gym. That is a conscious, purposeful, mindful decision and choice. And when we use it like that, it becomes a deeply effective tool for life. So, coming up, we have two wonderful guest speakers lined up for the next 2 weeks. We have Patricia Morgan, who is coming to speak on finding your sunny side up, and Reverend Monica Cromer, who is going to be speaking on shifting gears on fear. I'm making the sacrifice of going to church camp in Seattle for the week. And when I come back, we're going to cover the law of obedience and the law of success. How about that? And so it is. Hi there. Thank you. Please welcome again the amazing Elevation.
Has begun, riding like a midnight sun. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone. Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent. May these grapes of pain ferment, alchemized by love's intent, ever be a sacrament, knowing God is my intent. God, let me know your name, hold me in the same breath as your word. Rolling like a thundercloud, let me live my life out loud, standing for mankind and proud, baptized in a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now, God is in all I have found. Know your name, hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Spinning how a prayer feels, rolling like Ezekiel's wheels, nothing like a kiss fills the spirit I become. Knowing what I'm here for, rolling on to distant shores, rolling from the infinite, God in everyone. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone.
I love that song. How you doing? Yeah, pretty good. Okay, so now I get to tell you about how you can support the center. We are a nonprofit organization. I know I say that every week. And we've got our casino coming up. Is that correct, Lucette? Next weekend. So I want to say in advance, thank you to everybody who is involved with the casino. It is... Excuse me just a moment. I just say this. So, you know, I come from California. I come from the United States, where the fundraising of our casino would be absolutely unheard of. Because I came here and I said, now, wait a minute. We work a weekend at a casino. And we have fun because working the casino is so much fun. And you bond with other people in the center and everything. And we make money on that. And I tell my colleagues that, and they're just flabbergasted. So it is a wonderful, wonderful thing that we have available to us. So I just want to say thank you to all of you who are being part of that. It's a beautiful thing. And that's our largest fundraiser. So we do accept all kinds of donations. You can e-transfer to the office. You can go to the website, PayPal. You can send a check. You can call the office, talk to Lance, however you would like to do that. Thank you for those of you who do. We also have people who are holding blue cards. Would you? Yeah. So if you see somebody holding the blue card, it is because either they are in our conscious commitment, which it just comes straight out of their account once a month, or they give via e-transfer. But you know, when the basket comes by and you don't have anything to put in it, and it feels a little funny, and you're kind of like, so we invented the blue cards so that people who are donating already have an opportunity to participate, because this, folks, is a spiritual practice. This is the law of circulation. You hear me talk about the law all the time. This is the law of circulation. Things that flow out come back in, just like your heart, just like your breath. That's the law of circulation. So we always want to participate in this. We never want to rush through doing this. It's because it's that important. It is spiritual practice. So with that in mind, everybody take your blue card, your tithe, your offering, your donation, your envelope, whatever. Hold it to your heart and let's say our conscious giving affirmation. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I give returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed, and so it is, and so it is. And then we sing that wonderful gratitude song. So let's stand up and sing.
oh, oh.
Let's bring in the kids. No kids? No kids?
No kids.
We got kids over here. Let's go ahead and bring up the kids. Hi, guys. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Hi, come on up. It's okay. It's okay. Come on up. Maybe? Emma, do you want, Eden, do you want to come up? Come on. Yay, good job. And you know they all love you. Look how much they love you. Yes. There's Nana. Do you want to say anything, Miss Timbits?
We had a lovely group of littles today. Thank you for bringing them to the center. And I just want to remind people it is summertime. These kids are out doing things with their families. They're on vacation. They're sleeping in. Here at the center, we always see a little bit of a an attendance for the kids during the summer. It doesn't mean our program's closed or that it's any less fun. Kids are just out and exploring and experiencing life. So keep bringing them here if they're just hanging out on a Sunday. We had a lot of fun in the family room today, and these kids are awesome.
They are awesome.
Thank you.
Woo! And you know what I love? I love that, we're very formal here in this center. The minister is wearing flip-flops and no stockings, and the FunDay person walks up with Timbits and a cup of coffee. What could be better? Thank you, Miss Rachel. Thank you, girls, for joining us. It's nice to see you here. Okay, everybody, we're going to do our closing. You know what we do. We stand up. And we're going to rub our hands together, and we're going to get all that energy, and we're going to make a special request. Sometimes you send it where you want, and other times we have a special request. We need rain. We need rain over BC. We need rain in Alberta, but we really need rain in BC. So think rain, think rain, think rain. Get all that good energy going. We're going to send it where it's needed. On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for sacrificing being here. I love you, and so it is.
Well, it's all right, riding around on a breeze. Well, it's all right, if you live the life you please. Well, it's all right, doing the best you can. Well, it's all right, long as you lend a hand. You can sit around and wait for the phone to ring at the end of the line, waiting for someone to tell you anything.
At the end of the line.
Wait around and wonder what tomorrow brings.
At the end of the line.
Maybe a diamond ring. Well, it's all right, even if they say you're wrong. Well, it's all right. Sometimes you gotta be strong. Well, it's all right, long as you got somewhere to lay. Well, it's all right. Everything's judgment day. Maybe somewhere down the road a ways,
At the end of the line.
you wonder where I am these days.
At the end of the line.
Maybe sometime when somebody plays at the end of the line, purple haze. Well, it's all right, even when push comes to shove, well, it's alright. Still got someone to love, you get alright. Remember to live and let live, well, it's alright. Going to the end of the line. Don't have to be ashamed of the car I drive.
At the end of the line.
Just happy to be here, happy to be alive. At the end of the line, and it don't matter who's by my side.
At the end of the line.
I'm satisfied. Well, it's alright. Long as you got somewhere to lay, well, it's alright. Still got something to say, well, it's alright. Remember to live and let live, well, it's alright. Best you can do is forgive, well, it's alright. Riding around on a breeze, well, it's alright. If you live the life you please, well, it's alright. Even if the sun don't shine, well, it's alright. Going to the end of the line. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Jamie Queering, Luis Tovar, Daniel Nava. Have a wonderful week. So fun.
Yeah.